And good evening to everyone, I am Draken and this is the DrakenWerks. How is everyone today? We are live at a later time because I'm just experimenting a little bit just to see what's probably the best time for viewing, both for myself and for people coming in and viewing the stream as well. So we'll have a look, let us know feedback as we go through this. I'll probably check a couple of times during the stream because, you know, not everyone's always starts off the stream as soon as you begin the stream. But we have started off here, we're back on the Unorthoblocks server playing Minecraft. Hopefully the music is alright and balanced out and everything else. It feels a little loud to me in my ears. Yeah, I just need to turn it down a little bit more on this side. There we are, that should hopefully sort that all out. So hopefully everyone is good today. We are going to kick straight in and do a bit of building and everything else across here. We're going to do a bit of medieval construction and everything else. You'll notice I have extra elytra as well, which is actually really handy because this base is getting so big I'm constantly flying backwards and forwards all the time trying to get all the way across the base and trying to find out what I'm doing on either side. So I'm just going to grab some stone blocks a second and probably some bricks as well. It will do, and we'll probably want some andesite. I'm probably going to want some cobblestone. I don't think I've got any cobblestone preloaded, so I'm going to have to go and grab some of that quickly as we start. We won't try and grab too much, so we won't mine up too much of that. It is night time, of course it is. I should have checked the clock before I left. There we are. Let's go and quickly grab some sleep. And we'll see what happens here in a second. Okay. Close that. And we are going to scoot across to our cobblestone generator over this way. Just here. And we'll just grab some cobblestone straight off the generator here a second. Don't need a lot, just want to get enough to keep us going. We're building this tower over on the other side there. Not quite sure. I've got a few ideas in my head as to how we're going to design this. I'm going to build like a little watchtower out amongst the farms, sort of sitting on top of the cliffs. I looked at one of the cliffs. I've done a little bit more work since you might have last seen it if you joined us for our stream on Tuesday. On Tuesday we did a bit of work on the dry docks, but we've done a bit more work on the outside. We've set up a place for another farm. So if we sort of fly on over there, you can see I've already been flying around the place quite a bit. You can see the farm there. We can also see now behind it there's a bit of like a little estuary behind it as well, which sort of leads off to the what would it be? The east coast of the island. So the east coast of the island is over there. So we're nearly across the island, getting quite some distance on there. But we've been clearing it over here. So we've got a new path coming off here, leading up on the ridges. And we've got a little farmhouse up there. But I was thinking we could probably build some sort of structure up here, some sort of like watchtower or something like that, which we can have like a little airship dock on there as well, so we could dock an airship up in there, because this place I want it to be sort of surrounded by sort of the airships and stuff like that, so it should look pretty good. But the one thing I've noticed down here is like, look at all these animals. Like hundreds of animals have gathered on the edge here and got themselves trapped along here. We've got loads of like cows, there's some chickens down there, there's some more cows and some wolves down there in the corner there. Quite a few cows actually. Pig down there as well that I can see somewhere as well. So they seem to have all got themselves stuck for some reason. No idea how they got themselves there. And a couple of wolves free there as well. But yes, we got this land all sort of starting to be cleared out. So cleared it all off trees, sort of terraformed it a bit. Again, as I said, I've been saying before, I mean, when I was doing the ones closest to the city, I was doing some quite major terraforming, but as we're getting further away from the city, I'm trying not to do too much terraforming, just basically work with the land that's there, but it still does need holes filled in, trees taken out, so there's still quite a bit of work that has to be done in order to make space for the farms. So I've got that farm there, and I'm going to probably build a fourth farm just tucked into this area here, sort of going across here, and that'll fill that up. Then we'll probably have some plains over there, and I'll probably do a little bit to make those plains a little bit more interesting. Not sure how. I'll have a look at that and have a think about how we can make those plains a bit more interesting. But where that estuary sort of meets over there, in fact if we fly over and take a look, my thoughts are this: we're going to have a farmland in this area, and then we're going to come over to here where we've got the road has come to an end, and I'll continue the road on, and it will lead out to a jetty that comes out into here. We'll have a small ship sort of docked up in the harbour there, and we'll build a small village just tucked in here. It seems to be sort of far enough away from the city itself to be like space for a little village, and it'll have a path going north which will go to the north part of the island over there, and another one that's going south down here. And this southern area here, this is probably going to be turned into some sort of mystical forest or something like that. I got an idea of a design for forest, But I'm going to need to chop down all the trees that are here because they are the wrong... Oh, I don't need to chop all of them, actually. This actually might be handy, the fact that we have spruce here. Well, I'll need to chop down a few of them, though. We'll still need to keep a few of the spruce trees. But we'll chop down a lot of them, and we'll start planting some 2 tall trees. And see if we can turn this into sort of a bit of a mystical forest down here. Change the landscape a bit. So we've used the... so 2 tall trees. There's like there's a 2x2 block version of the tree, which is even bigger of the spruce, which... we'll make it sort of have even more height in that forest, but we'll also interspace it a bit with some decoration vines and stuff like that. We use nether vines, fill in some of the gaps again, texture up some of the ground, build some paths going through here, maybe build like a little shack or 2 out there. But this area should be pretty quick to go through. I will just need to remove the remaining birch and oak trees over here. There's quite a few over here. And then on the north side of the island, we've got a lot of birch to farm out, take off, and that's going to have to be done. Something done with that side of it, so not quite sure what we're doing on the north side yet. We'll get there though. But it's getting there, step by step. We're starting to get a bit of shape. We're starting to get this place starting to look like it's an island. And especially with the city in the background, it looks really cool when you sort of fly away. So if we go to where we're going to build the village over here, you can sort of look back and you can see there's all sorts of stuff there. Hey, Lady Bex, how you doing? How's things going? How are you keeping? Yeah, so if we come back over to here, where we're going to build the village, you can sort of see the back of the farm there, but you can see the DrakenSpire in the background. And with the sort of render settings I've got here, it's sort of starting to fade into the fog a little bit. It kind of looks nice. So yeah, we'll probably build a small village here. And then just outside of the farms. But for today, we're going to come down this way. Doing good? Glad to hear it. How did the end busting going yesterday? How did you guys do after? Because I caught the first part of your stream, but obviously I had to go to bed. It was getting quite late. Right, okay, so where are we going to build this? Other than the fact that we're going to probably displace a lot of animals. I think probably just across here. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop down. Build on up. Excuse me, Mr. Cow, you are now going to be in the way. Not anymore. You didn't see me do that. I certainly didn't turn around and just forcefully remove the cow from, evict the cow from his place. Right, let's bring ourselves back up again. Proud of us, none of us died during the stream. Awesome. That sounds good. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Did you get much lighter and shulker boxes and stuff? Pop those in there. And I think when I did it yesterday, because I went in just before you guys, and I came out with about 2 stacks worth of shulkers myself. You got 3 stacks of shulker shells, so it was a definite success. Ah, awesome. Yeah, I think shulker boxes and everything else like that, is, a lot of us should now be quite nicely stocked on it. As I say, I went in just before you guys, and I grabbed about nearly 2 stacks full of shulkers myself, because I've always bought shulkers before. I've never really gone and got them myself. Well, never have gone and got them myself, so this is the first time I went and got them myself. So yeah, got 2 stacks. I was quite happy with that. That's going to give me more than enough shulkers to probably keep me through the rest of the season. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. I think just there. Pop that onto there. That's cool. It's a shame though, my OBS died literally just before we started the shenanigans and everything else before you guys headed off. So I had all those shenanigans. I thought I was recording it, and it turned out I wasn't recording it. The OBS is shut down. So unfortunately, I didn't manage to catch all the mucking around we were doing beforehand. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I've not long had dinner. A lovely spicy bean burger. Went down quite nicely, actually. With baked beans as well. British baked beans, I should hasten to add, not the American ones. We've had this debate the other day in our Discord server about the difference between British and American baked beans and the concepts and everything else like that. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then need another 3 there. There we go, that does the trick. Bring this around. That into there. I didn't bring any torches with me though, which I'm really going to need for sort of lighting up underneath these sort of builds, but never mind. We can get that sorted afterwards. And that should line up with that wall. It does. Good, good. Pop that across. Yes, lovely beans with a bit of cheese. Naturally, if I cook beans, normally I'll chuck some cheese in there as well, just because it's go nice, cheesy difference. What's the difference between British and American baked beans? So, Taz, you'll know the British baked beans. We got the Heinz. It's made with tomato sauce, very sweet sort of thing. I believe it's like the American ones is made with like a barbecue sauce. It's a very different tasting sort of baked bean. It's not the same as our baked beans over here. There was a thing on the internet a while ago, a few years ago, where there was like all these memes going around because Americans hadn't really heard of the difference between sort of British baked beans and American baked beans, and then they were hearing about how we like doing our beans on toast and all our different beans and scrambled egg and everything else, and sort of thinking that sounds like really weird combinations because their version of a baked bean is very different to our version of a baked bean. It's another one of those differences, like the difference between a cookie over there and a cookie over here. You'd have them with pulled pork or hamburgers. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, baked beans over here are very, very versatile. You can have them with a lot of different foods and meats and, you know, chips and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff there. Oh, Lady Bex has joined the server. Oh, come on. Right, okay, pop those across here. But yeah, no, it's a really nice food. The sort of the British ones. I never tried the American ones. We'll have to keep an eye out, see if you can get hold of them, because we do have some of our shops have sort of international sections and everything else, and I wonder if they might be amongst there. And biscuits, our biscuits are not the same as your biscuits, absolutely, because your cookies are what we call biscuits. What we call a cookie is a type of biscuit. So yeah, I'm not sure what you would call what we call a cookie. Is it just chocolate chip cookie? You've tried the biscuits and gravy over there, yeah. So the biscuits in America are very different, aren't they? They're like they're more like a potato thing or something like that, if I remember rightly. But yeah, it sounds very odd if you say to a British person you're going to have biscuits and gravy. He'd be like, what? Sounds odd to dip your rich teas and your digestives or a Garibaldi into gravy. Or custard cream. Custard cream and gravy. That just doesn't sound right. It's very interesting. They're like scones. Oh, more like scones. Okay, fair enough. A lot of baked beans have pork in them. Yes, you can get baked beans without ham. Okay. Also, there's meat in them as well. So yeah, I won't be able to have those then. Not the meaty versions anyway. No, I mean over here you do get baked beans and sausage and everything else in the tins and everything else, but it's kind of just lazy because you could just cook your own sausage if you wanted to. But then I'll have them with veggie sausages. It's quite nice. Sausages with baked beans tends to go all right actually. Let's have a look. Pop that into there. The sauce is flour, grease, and pepper. Oh, right, okay. And a white saltyish sauce. Oh, right, okay. That's different. Okay. I thought it was more like a barbecue sort of thing, but it sounds more... Yeah, it sounds a little different. Flour, grease, and yeah, people try to make bacon just before making their gravy so they can use bacon grease that's already in the pan. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea of using sort of stock up and everything else like that, is using the leftover stuff for your gravy and stuff like that. Not that I can really talk, because I don't do gravy, but I have very weird taste buds. Very, very weird taste buds. Yeah, can't do gravy at all. I do my roast without gravy. I have them dry. I have a very dry thing. I did post a while ago a picture of my roast dinners up on our Discord, internal Discord. Right, okay, let's pop one of them in there. Just quickly texture up the outside of this. At the moment it is just a big concrete blob. I want to do a bit more than that though with it. Maybe make it a bit more something. Don't know what. We'll have a look in a second. Biscuits and gravy is a breakfast thing. Okay. That sounds, again, I mean, coming from someone who doesn't actually eat gravy at all, it sounds odd putting gravy on something that's for breakfast. But that's fair, that's fair. I mean, different parts of the world have their different traditions, I suppose. Right. Pop that into there, that one into there. That's cool. Have I got any? Yes, I do have some of that, because I'm going to need that to get up to the top of this wall. But yeah, I mean, there's a few sort of those odd sort of traditions. Trying to think if I can think of any of the other ones that are different between the States and the US. I mean, I know our chocolates are different as well. US chocolate and UK chocolate is very, very different stuff. You miss bacon and grease? Oh, can't say I do, but that's me. Right, okay, pop that into there. We'll pop that one over into here. Oh, the back stuff again. Is that the internet connection? Pop that down into there. That should connect that over there. Right. And we're going to just grab a few spots up here. I've got an idea of how we'll sort of make this a bit more prettier along the walls here. In fact, I might actually do that very quickly in a second. We need to sort of get rid of these two bits. Thank you. Don't hop in there as I'm making the hole. Wasn't for you. And maybe one up here. Pop one of them up there. Oh, got myself trapped. Okay. Yeah, that didn't land too well. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get down here. Now, hopping back and forth between the server and creative. Oh, no, fair enough then. Okay. You working on anything in particular today? Pop that into there. That up to there. And that onto there. Yeah, so, check the height on that one. Yeah, that should do. That should do a trick. Now, as I say, I want to create a bit more interest on that rather than just having it as plain stone. So I'm thinking what I do is just put a couple of small stone steps around there and have some. This is a little bit different to the way I do other walls, but maybe have some like cobblestone walls coming down, a bit like I do with some of the more gothic-y style architectures over here. Getting started on some nether tunnels for inactive members. Oh, fair enough. That makes sense. Yeah, they need to be sort of filled out. It's one of the remaining jobs to be done before we hit the end of the season. Okay, right. Stone stairs. No stone stairs? I'm sure I had some. I'm sure I had loads, actually. That's a bit odd. Okay. Well, let's make some then. There should be more than enough. And then we're going to need some cobblestone walls. Okay, we might not have a lot of these, but we'll have a look. See if there's anything left over in here. No, so let's convert the cobblestone we got on us over as well. Job done. How long are you planning to stream this evening? Probably about 2 hours, I'd imagine. Maybe 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, somewhere around there. Normally, my normal length for streaming, so yeah, it's usually about a couple of hours, and then I hop off. So I should be finishing British time around about 11 to midnight, 11 o'clock or midnight, somewhere around there. Obviously, it depends where we are, so I don't tend to sort of go, right, I've hit the time, end of. It depends on really where, if I'm towards a stopping point or not. if I'm at a stopping point, then yeah, I'll knock off early. Or if I need to go on a bit longer, I'll go on a bit longer. But it's roughly about 2 to 3 hours, normally most of the time. Right, okay, let's pop those into there, that into there. And we're going to drop it on down. Hey, Travis Sets Fire, how you doing? How are you keeping? One of our other members on the server there. One of our newer members on the server. I was just talking to Lady Bex about your end busting last night and how well it went for you guys. That none of you had managed to die last night. I'm going to pop those onto there. Let's have a look and see how that looks. Yeah, that breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little bit better. I'm not going overboard on it or OTT, I just want to sort it out a bit. Right, okay. You're shocked you all survived. Yeah, absolute confidence in your survival abilities there, I guess. Right, let's make some more holes on here. Just to texture it up a little bit. Let's have a look, what else have I got still on me? Because I did just dump off a load of stuff. But no, we've got that there, that can go up there. That can go in there, that one up there, maybe that one over there. And then have we got any andesite still on us? Yeah, we have. I'll pop that one in there. That looks nice. And then we'll just pop 1 and 2, hiding up one of the ones that we actually just put in there, but never mind. And we'll just bring these down. And I seem to be out. Need to get lower again. And then we just run that all the way down. We were just talking about, yeah, you were shocked that you survived. No broken elytras over the void either. Yeah, that's always a bonus as well. Yeah, as I said, I went raiding just before you guys and got myself another 2 elytras myself, as well as getting you and Flezzy a new elytras yourself, and also got myself a load of shulker boxes and stuff like that. And I was quite surprised because it's the first time I've ever gone end raiding and busting, and so I decided to challenge myself and do it on my own. But we were just talking about before you joined there about the difference between American and British baked beans as a subject that had just come up. The differences between American and British foods, and how different things mean different things between the different countries. So like beans mean different things, and biscuits mean different things, and cookies mean different things. Crisps and chips, that's the other one, isn't it? Crisps and chips, they mean different things as well. What we call chips, you call fries. Though we also call chips fries as well. But we call them fries only when they're like the long, slender things, the French fries. Beans on toast, you guys are crazy. Beans on toast is lovely, but only if it's British beans on toast, not American beans on toast. That's not crazy at all. It's absolutely lovely. Even better if you mix a bit of cheese in with the bean sauce. It goes nicely. Very, very nice. Right, okay. Fill this all the way down. Beans on toast, beans and chips, beans over chips, that sort of stuff. You know, all works out well. Cool. Did not mean to jump down there. Oh well, let's... There's still a lot of cows sitting around there, trapped on there. I'm kind of tempted just to leave them there as a bit of a homage and maybe give the name of an outpost. I don't know what to call the outpost here, but it's got to have something to do with cows, I think, 'cause this place is just surrounded by them. One day I plan to get some Heinz beans and try it. Oh no, definitely try it. Definitely try them. Beans on toast, absolutely lovely. Beans is also a very good breakfast meal. It's not the same. Heinz beans are the Travis Sets Fire is the American, it's the British beans. There's a few companies that make baked beans in the British style, but Heinz is the most well-known company. So you'll probably find if you're looking for it over in the US, any sort of store that does British food, then yeah, look for Heinz. Right, okay, that's that done. I do like nacho cheese sauce and beanless chili on fries. Not my favourite personally, but yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah. I mean, we do nachos and stuff over here as well, but like nachos cheese sauce. We'll try. What was we have that with the other day? I think it was just normal crisps. We're dipping other stuff in it. We had some over the house here a couple of weeks ago. Some nacho cheese and stuff like that. Not particularly great brand. It was alright. It was eatable, but it was dippable substance, but it wasn't an amazing one. I can't remember what we were using it for. I remember it was one of the things we used it for was crisps, but I'm pretty sure we were using it for something else as well. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was like all those little light bites. We have some like specialist bites and stuff, like chili bites and all that sort of stuff. It was horrible. Never again. I didn't mind it, but personally there are far better things for using for dipping, like the sour cream and stuff like that. It's much better for dipping, I think, or the garlic and herb dips and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, not sure it's something I would go out and deliberately buy myself if you hadn't brought it over. Right, okay, let's create some sort of step here. If we can land on that, yep, success. I'm thinking if we pop that in there like that, actually, what sort of pattern should we do? We do that, that, and that. We'll do this one actually similar to the way we do the smaller towers over the other side, but with some little differences. Just creates a bit more of a broken edge along here. That into there, that into there. Yeah, but the bites were nice. We had like the little chili bites and stuff like that. I mean, we had two things, didn't we? I can't remember what the other thing was. It was just a crap brand. Cheesy nachos are great. Yeah, cheesy nachos are lovely. It's one of my favourite things to get at the cinema. If I can go into the cinema, which has been a long time now, but if I go to the cinema, it will be always nachos with cheese. Not normally poured over. They don't do that over here. They tend to put the cheese, unless you ask for it, they'll put the cheese in the separate tubs at the side. And I much prefer that anyway, rather than getting your hands all dirty, just dipping the nachos straight into the cheese itself, rather than having it over the top of them. I mean, they give you the choice if you want salsa and other sauces as well, but I just go for, like, you know, just give me all cheese. As much cheese as you can pour on it, and I'm happy. I like nachos that you get from a Tex-Mex place, but like concessions and stand nachos or bowling alley nachos are no good. Really, I don't mind the ones in our cinema over here. I mean, it's one of the things I look forward to. But then I was really gutted as well because the local cinemas over here for a while started doing like these potato lattices. Really nice. They're basically a form of chips, or what you call fry, sort of done as a potato lattice sort of thing. Really, really nice. But you used to be able to put the nacho cheese over the top of those, and it was they were really lovely. And then they stopped doing them. They stopped doing them again. It was like, oh, I was enjoying taking those into the cinema. So yeah, it's back to nachos again. I mean, I don't mind the nachos over here from the cinema sort of side of stuff. But then again, I can't really say I've ever done a Tex-Mex. I can't really can't compare. I haven't got a comparison to be able to sort of say, yeah, which one's sort of better over here or anything else like that. Maybe, I don't know if we've got anything that does that sort of Mexican food sort of takeaways and stuff like that. I'd have to look. There's Taco Bell's, that's right. Yeah, there's a new Taco Bell just around the corner. Yeah, tacos are all about this sort of thing. I mean, yeah, there's one that's been opened up just in Swansea, but there was one that opened up in Cardiff as well, like last year or something like that, when we were still in the office. And I remember, like, the day it opened, there was, like, a massive queue just going all the way through town just to get to the Taco Bells. And it was, like, a very popular choice. Well, I can tell you that Mexican nachos are healthier for sure. Okay, fair enough. Well, if they're healthier, then that's definitely worth a try. You know, Manhattan nachos, because Texas and New York are a stone's throw away. That's fair. Yeah. Right, okay, let's pop that there. Oh, actually, I'm running out of rockets. This is the problem I'm having. I'm going to have to start building like a portal down the other end for me to get back and forward easier. And also build up the sort of DrakenSpire Nether hub as well, because that's not been done yet. How's our elytra? This is also the other reason why I wanted some new elytra, because I keep wearing them out. Right, okay, pop those over there. But yeah, I've never tried a taco either, so I've got no idea what they're like. I imagine they're alright. But yeah, I imagine they're alright, but we'll have to see how it goes and everything else like that. Maybe we'll have to try the Taco Bells. As you saying that, Tazzy, when you're next down, we'll give that a try. And we'll pop down and see the local, get a takeaway from the Taco Bell. It's only around the corner from me anyway, so it's not that far. Right, okay. Land. Onto there. I'll pop these into this corner here. Maybe that's a little low, but oh no, it will do. It'll do for now. Pop that onto there. We want it as a half slab anyway, because it will stop anything from sort of spawning halfway up the tower when we don't want them to. Okay, now I've kind of given myself a dilemma, because now I haven't actually given myself a clear space to land when I come back with the wood for the upper section of this. That might have been a bit of sensible planning should have gone in there, but never mind. Let's pop a couple of stone blocks in here where we're going to put the timbering. I'm trying to think what colour we'll do the timbers. See, those ones they had spruce. I think we'll do these a dark oak, actually. Dark oak colour. Taco Bell is okay. It's on par with most fast food places. By no means actual Mexican food, though. Most Mexican folks won't eat it. That's fair. So it's not an authentic thing. People over here go crazy for it though, but I suppose we don't have a lot of Mexican food places over here, so there's not a lot of examples of where they can sort of go. I mean, your closest sort of, I'm trying to think what would be the closest equivalent. I'm not sure if there is a close equivalent to it other than Taco Bell's. Right, okay, let's go and get some more dark oak. That's what I need. Quickly go and use the wood farm a second. And we get all sorts of other types of restaurants and stuff like that, which do food from all different parts of the world. Can't wait until all these vaccines are rolled out. We're able to actually go out again. The virus is under control, and all these places can start reopening. Because we've got some cool little restaurants down here as well in the city, and some great world buffets as well. Like a world buffet. The foods aren't always necessarily great in a world buffet than if you're like getting the individual bits from like specialist restaurants. But I do find they actually I could do with my sort of looting hoe, so let's go and grab that a second. But do find that you know, the world buffets though, they can be quite nice because you can go in and sort of just mix and match from different parts of the world on the world buffets. Right, okay. I don't know if is that something that you get over there in the States as well? It's something that's sort of become a bit of a fashion over the last sort of 10 years over here, where these restaurants that are basically, they just cook things from all parts of the world. You know, you like have these buffets, you go and get your plates and you walk around and you basically go, right, okay, this is the Asian segment, so we've got various different types of rice and Chinese dishes and Indian dishes and curries and stuff like that, and you'll get to the next section and it'll be like British roast stuff, and then you get to another section and it'll be Italian pizzas and pasta. You know, you just mix and match as you want from different parts of the world, you know. It's quite cool because then you can sort of mix and match around, but it's also really good if you're going out with a group and you've got people who all like different things. Oh, actually I was supposed to be heading back to the dark oak farm, wasn't I? And you've all got sort of different types of things. It turns out quite nice, it's quite tasty, but yeah, quite a good way of sort of doing an evening out. But generally I tend to find the world buffet foods, because they are that little bit more diverse, they're not quite as good as though if you were to go and buy it directly from a specialist restaurant. You only go for the Asian section. That's fair. My usual thing is that when I go there is I normally pile the plate up with I normally have a couple of slices of pizza, normally a bit of pasta, sweet corn, normally some onion rings, a couple of nachos, some chips. I'll have a bit of egg fried rice, I'll have some vegetable spring rolls, and it's the kind of stuff that you wouldn't normally mix, you wouldn't cook at home together, but you kind of just fancy having it all together anyway. And you've got great ice cream factories there as well. You don't have anything like that? It seems like it would be interesting. It is. It's really quite nice actually to do sort of as a sort of restaurant sort of thing. So it's yeah, you don't order food to your table. You just go around and just basically select whatever you want from the buffets as you go around. And it's like, yeah, it's like normally in the centre there's like a big island in the centre that's got like multiple sort of all the different dishes and everything else being served and dished up. And then of course once you've done all that, you go for the but we get a lot of these sort of all-you-can-eats as well, because that's an all-you-can-eat buffet as well. It's an all-you-can-eat well buffet, so you can go up as many times. Once you've paid for your meal, that's it. Go up, back and forward, grab whatever you want, eat whatever you want. All you have to pay extra on top is just for your drinks. So it's quite cool. We've got a few of those around here, and some they can be sometimes hit or miss, depending on obviously the brand and everything else like that. But yeah, it's quite nice. As I say, it's really good for like if you've got a big group and not everyone can agree on what foods they like, or if you've got a mixture of foods that if you fancy having a mixture of foods in an evening, it's another good way of doing it. Right, okay, I'm thinking probably need another tree around here, so let's get rid of all these leaves a second. Bring those out and probably do a little bit more dark oak. I'm not going to do it perfected. As long as I get roughly back what I need, the same numbers, I'll be quite happy on this one. Dump. And that one there. Grab that. Perfect. Right, okay. You have buffets here, but not like an international buffet. Right, yeah. I thought there was a all-you-can-eat buffets at the States. I'm certainly sure that you had those. It was just if you had that particular type of buffet. But yeah, the world buffets are lovely. They are well worth doing and everything else if you ever get a chance to visit one. But as a group, you know, or if you fancy just a variety in one evening. But we also get like all-you-can-eat Asian restaurants as well. There's a nice one. There's Tazzie's on here as well. Actually, we'd love to take her down to that one. There's a nice Chinese all-you-can-eat in the Odeon in Cardiff, where the Odeon, what's it called? Dragon Centre? Red Dragon Centre? It's where the Odeon Cinema is as well, and the bowling alley and all that sort of stuff. There's a good all-you-can-eat Chinese in there as well that I'd highly recommend. I'm talking about going for Asian foods and stuff. That's a pretty good one. Right, okay. It's been there for a while now, and it's right next door to a pretty good Italian as well. A lot of the restaurants in there are not too bad. There's a Five Guys in there as well for those who tend to like their burgers. Five Guys seems to have exploded over here a bit as well. I know that's another American import, isn't it? I'll grab those up into here. So yes, we'll have to do that at some point, because it's the Red Dragon Centre's worth it for like a couple of events if you want to go like bowling, and then followed by cinema and food and all that sort of stuff. And I don't mind the pub in there as well. There's a nice little pub in there as well, which is nice to go and visit. Right, okay, I'll grab those, sort it. That's cool. And, okay, it's managed to actually put that. Next season, when I build Five Guys Good, you like Five Guys? That's fair, that's fair. I'm not, obviously being vegetarian, I'm not tried Five Guys myself, but I hear a lot of good things about it. Right, next season, I am definitely making sure when I build the tree farm that there's smooth side in it. It doesn't have any of these sort of nice decorations on the side. As nice as it looks, it is also a bit impractical because sometimes the saplings get caught on the edge of the walls there and cause all sorts of problems. Right, okay, let's pop that back in there. There we are, that's another full stack there. Grab that back out, let's put that into there. Another, not all healthy, but very tasty. Yeah. There's a lot of those like that. Oh, when I went to, years and years ago, I went to Austria. Went to go see a band playing over there. They'd sort of play in their hometown for the first time in like 10 years. Well, they've been around for 10 years, never played their hometown. It was the first time. So we went to go sort of say hi and everything else like that. We knew the lead singer had brought their band over to the UK a few times. But he recommended to us in Vienna this lovely vegan restaurant, vegan fast food restaurant. So they were doing like all the vegan food that you get normally as sort of in the fast food sort of style. So you got like burgers and everything else like that as well. Really good burgers actually. Really enjoyable sort of vegan burgers and stuff. So I can't remember what it was called though. I'd love to have seen something like that over here. Austria. Good day. No. Austria, not Australia, Travis. Different country. Wrong part of the world. But yeah, we're talking about Austria, which is next door to Switzerland, not Australia that is next door to New Zealand. Well, let's see how far up shall we take this. So we pop that. I think that's pretty good. Maybe just a little bit higher. What are we up to? 117. It's the movie from Dumber and Dumber. Oh, right, makes sense. Sorry, I haven't seen Dumber and Dumber. Actually, that's a movie I haven't seen. Bezina and I recently tried Incognito burgers, which is really good as well as peony. Okay, fair enough. Not come across those ones, but there's the range of vegan and vegetarian food is vastly improved over like the last 10 years. There's been a big boom in it as it's become a bit more hip to be vegan or to be a bit healthier or have a slightly more plant-based meal, which is good. It's actually pretty good for us. There's a lot more coming out in terms of vegan and vegetarian food as well, so it's good in that front. Now let's bring these up a bit further. Means there's plenty more tasty stuff to try out. Alright, okay, that's sitting in quite nice. It really has. Even in the last 5 years, the variety and quality has improved. It has. I mean, I remember we used to go to sort of the supermarket and the vegetarian section would be like this small half a fridge freezer. And now they're like several fridge freezers full of stuff and everything else like that. They've really starting to improve a lot over the last, even in the last couple of years. We've seen it sort of take off a bit more. Right. Let's see if I can land it. There we are. Cool. Question is, am I going to have enough of these? I believe I should. Yeah. Now I'm not sure what to do about in between these. Now what I want to do. Well, I'll have to stand back and have a look. Maybe we'll put some. I think we'll probably do the top as battlements again, pretty similar to what we do with the towers over there. So probably, have I got any stone steps on me? I have. I seem to have gained an extra one of them. Okay. But maybe we'll pop that there. Maybe one in the middle. Yeah, that should do the trick. So we'll go with 3. So it's a slightly bigger version of what we have on the outer city walls. Though it's also going on to Dark Oak. But I think I'll maybe put a platform or something that comes out from halfway up this tower, which will connect into an airship. And we'll build an airship on the weekend. I need to do a tutorial for the Ira class airships. That's been on the cards for a while. So this might be a good excuse. I might do that on Saturday, actually. And we'll build an Ira class on Saturday. And we'll do a tutorial for it at the same time. So we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, pop this up. Your significant other trying to eat less beef, cows and carbon dioxide and all that lot. I mean, yeah, it's good for carbon emissions and stuff, certainly. There's been a lot of talk about that, obviously, how much cows, and it's not just the beef industry as well. I mean, it's the dairy industry as well, which is something that I'm guilty of. I love my cheese, I love my milk. Really need to sort of cut down a bit on that myself, but yeah, they're responsible for a lot of carbon emissions, aren't they, cows, and that whole industry in itself. But I mean, if you're going to replace an industry, you've got to make sure whatever you replace it with is also equally as good, or equally better. Sorry, it should be not equally as good, it should be better than what it's formerly replacing. I don't mean just in taste, I mean in terms of like carbon offsetting and stuff like that. It says he'll eat every cow that she doesn't. That's fair. Obviously, yeah, you know, if you're not so concerned about the planet, then I suppose. But yeah, that's fair. Right, okay. Let's have a look, see how this looks from a distance, see if this height's good. You're fully against factory farming, though, keep that in mind. Yeah, factory farming, that's even worse. I mean, that's an ethical thing, though, isn't it, factory farming? Things like battery farms for chickens and stuff. Yeah, that tower should be pretty cool, pretty nifty. Right, what do I do the walls out of, guys? What do I do the walls out of? What do I make the walls out of? I'm not sure I want to do it out of oak. I think this should be a bit more sturdier, so I'm thinking this might have to have some sort of other material going up. Maybe slabs, or maybe half and half. It's true, I read something about how electric cars are great, but it only helps so much because the energy we get isn't clean yet. Yeah, no, that's spot on. So the concept, yeah, it's a watchtower. It's a watchtower, Ladybex. Yeah, so the concept with electric cars, the thing with electric cars is, yeah, okay, so maybe the power source that you're getting the electric from isn't green yet, because maybe your local power plant is a coal power plant or is an oil power plant. The concept, though, with the the electric car over a petrol car or gas car, as you guys would call it, is that the option still exists that you can replace the mains network with other types of electrical power. So, you know, you could turn around and have solar batteries powering it up, solar farm powering it up, you can have wind turbines powering it up, you can have tidal power, you can have hydro power, all these various different types of renewable energy sources, and depending on where you come down on the nuclear debate, you could have a nuclear power plant powering them as well, which would then reduce your carbon footprint and everything else massively. But yeah, the other bit, Travis gets onto the other problem with it as well at the moment, which is the whole problem of lithium. That lithium is a very rarefied resource on the planet, which we need to sort of consider that if we want to use lithium for batteries, continue using lithium batteries, which is the most efficient battery at the moment. It's one of the hardest parts of our technology actually to actually truly master is proper battery tech. It's got better over the last sort of 5-10 years, but battery tech has been like a stumbling block. I mean, they said for phones for a long time that with mobile phones, the biggest limitation that they had was not actually how much power they can put in the phone, it's actually the battery life, because they're waiting on batteries. They're waiting on a better battery, and even the mobile phone industry is waiting on a better battery. Apparently your mobile phone, the companies are actually capable of building an even better phone than what they build now, far more powerful, in a microscopic version and variant that you have in your thing, but the battery is what holds it back because it can't hold enough charge to power it up properly and to hold a charge for a significant amount of time. So batteries are a big problem. This is where asteroid mining comes into it, and why people like Amazon are looking at like how to mine asteroids, because you can get lithium from asteroids instead of trying to dig it out from the planet. You like the idea of a hybrid vehicle, especially for road trips and stuff, because car charging stations are fairly rare and far apart. Yeah, I mean, in the UK they've got better now, charging stations, and to be fair, you know, if you've got a 2-hour battery life, you know, most local trips are going to be less than 2 hours in the UK. It's normally less than 20 minutes for a local trip, and if you're doing a long distance trip, it's usually not more than 4 hours. So it would just require one stop at services, which all the services now in the UK have electrical charging points. But yeah, there still needs to be, the infrastructure still needs to be slightly improved on, because it's starting to get there. It's getting better. I mean, we see a lot of Tesla. We see it around here. We see a lot of Teslas driving around over here. You know, even in sort of in a lot of the Welsh cities and everything else like that, I've seen quite a few Teslas going around. But yeah, electric cars are quite good. But I mean, if you're doing long distances, and I imagine, especially with the US, where you've got very long roads, yeah, it is something to go. Nuclear is the way to go. The problem is everyone bought into the fear campaign waged against it, and they're not properly cared for. Yeah, so nuclear power, I mean, this is something that I'm a bit of an avid fan of, or an avid expert on a little bit, should we say. So to go into details, I mean, like, right, My father died when I was 1.5. He was a nuclear engineer in the military. But he died because, well, a number of things, but radiation poisoning was partly responsible for that as well. So I can see both sides of it, but I can also see the efficiency of nuclear power, because nuclear power does produce a large amount of energy. The problem is what you do with the waste, and obviously, as you said, properly caring for the plants, making sure those plants are safe. There have been a lot of nuclear incidences since nuclear power has come around, and I mean a lot. And we're not just talking about 3 Mile Island with Chernobyl and everything else like that. Obviously, we have the Fukushima plants back with the thing that happened. Whatchamacallit, a while ago, back with the tsunami in Japan. Your dad was a nuclear tech too. Yeah, he's still alive and kicking now. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And there's also the British disaster as well that happened. I try and remember the name. I always look up the name, and I always forget the name of the actual place. It is now been renamed. I know what it's renamed to. What's the British nuclear power nuclear disaster? What was it called? Windscale. That's it. Always try and remember the name of the thing. Windscale, which was the British nuclear disaster, where there was a nuclear fire. And I got a friend of mine who years ago used to work as a geologist for the site, because they were going out and just examining all the local things. And they were very lucky. They very nearly turned Cumbria into a nuclear wasteland. And it was a fire in one of the reactors, and it got blamed on the techs and everything else like that. And that plant, for those who are listening and don't know what Windscale is, or was even aware that there was a disaster, a nuclear disaster in Britain, it's now called Sellafield. It's quite a well-known nuclear plant now, but they renamed it after the disaster to try and sort of distance themselves from the disaster a bit. But yeah, it's still functioning as a power plant. It's very good for energy, and it's very good for carbon offsetting, but we have the problem with the waste side of things, and we also have the problem of, obviously, it's got to be looked after and maintained. And this has been where we've had a lot of problems, where people skimp and save, and if you leave it down to corporations, sometimes they will just push it a little too far, and it becomes a bit of a problem. So it's a question of how much you want to actually rely on it and everything else like that. And yeah, the waste is the other side of it. Now, once we get fusion sorted, and that's been something that's been on the cards for a long time, that should improve things dramatically. Nuclear fusion would be awesome. However, nuclear fusion is also very, very difficult. But its sort of waste level on nuclear fusion is like no radioactive waste. Bonus, because it's radioactive for like less than a second after it comes out of the reactor or something like that. Doesn't need radioactive fuel, so it doesn't need uranium or plutonium or anything else like that, because actually the fuel for a fusion reactor is normally is it deuterium, which is heavy water. So it's basically a variation on water. It's very easy to produce, very easy to get hold of. And then I think, it's very, very, very simple. In that sense, it's just the problem they've got with fusion reactors is that we haven't been able to get them to work. so we need to get them to work at some point. But I mean, there are other types of fuel sources if you can use them. You don't need to go necessarily nuclear when you've got, the UK over here. We've got some very big wind farms and everything else. I know the biggest wind farm, I think it's the biggest offshore wind farm, is actually situated just outside of London in the Thames Estuary, if I remember rightly. And you can often see it if you're flying out from the UK, from many of like the airports like Heathrow, Gatwick. Gatwick's the airport down in London that begins with a G, not Glasgow. That's up in Scotland. So the Gatwick and Heathrow. If you're flying out to Europe and everything else, you'll often see them there. But there's a lot to sort of consider in terms of that sort of thing. But there are other options available, and solar power is also a possibility, depending if you live in an area where that's efficient enough. Though, even over here in rainy Britain, you'll see plenty of houses that got now solar panels on their roof. But that's because it became a bit of a money spin for a while, because the government was giving grants for it. So a lot of startup companies set up to sort of take advantage of it and try and make as much buck as they can out of it. They were less concerned about actually saving the environment, more concerned about lining their pockets, which is unfortunately the way it goes. I remember learning about fusion in high school. My teacher said the person who figures out fusion will save humanity and our energy problems. Oh, pretty much so. We have a problem as humanity. We have an energy addiction. We are addicted to energy. We use it for everything, literally anything. But yeah, we need to solve our energy problem by finding a way to produce energy that is basically as non-polluting as possible, non-environmentally destructive as possible, or radioactive without any health benefits, and is as safe as possible as well. So there is that as well. It's like fusion reactors are supposedly, if they can get fusion reactors cracked, they'll be safer than nuclear reactors as well. Too bad Tesla was murdered. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. It really is. I mean, Tesla was onto a lot of things, though there was some stuff that was like, okay, Tesla, you need to sort of calm down a bit, because he was convinced at one point he had aliens from Mars talking to him, if I remember rightly. But he was also a genius in many other levels, so let's not just knock him on that one. But yeah, he had all sorts of things going on. I can't remember why he thought there was aliens talking to him. It was something he discovered that was then found out to be something else, but he thought it was aliens contacting Earth. Right, okay, put that into there. Pop that over. Right. I'm gonna dig down. Right, grab those there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's completely the wrong place. That's better. Right, up we go. I'll bring this up onto there. Will you? Oh, you won't let me sit over the side there for some reason. That's because I was on the lower step. But let's try doing this. Aha, that works. And if we pop that onto there. No, wrong way around. I want to sort of alternate this. It's using stairs to create patterns. So I want to put that one that way around. That's it. I'm going to take a bit of damage, but that'll be alright. We'll drop down. Genius and crazy like to tango a good bit. Like to tango a good bit. Ah, that's fair enough. Yeah, he was a bit of a character, wasn't he? He was a bit of a character, Tesla. But he came up with all sorts of stuff, including Wi-Fi. Like he came with a Wi-Fi system and wireless power systems, like way before anyone else had ever even thought about it. But yeah, creativity and ego, it's one of those problems that sometimes it goes hand in hand. But oh no, I didn't mean to jump in there. But I suppose to be really sort of creative and sort of advance things, you've got to think outside the box, which means you've got to kind of have that sort of eccentric style thinking. And his death ray, yes, the death ray as well. Yeah, all sorts of things he came up with. I mean, the Tesla coil as well. You know, that was his invention, which enabled things like the modern day. So what was that group that was on America's Got Talent that did the music with? It's Arc Attack, wasn't it? Who did the music using Tesla coils, which is an interesting way of doing it. Bit of an insane way of doing it, especially as they'll be standing underneath the Tesla coils in like lightning conductor suits. Right, pop that down under here. Grab that down a sec. Right, that into there. But, you know, and then he was ousted by Edison, so yeah. Oh yes, Command and Conquer Red Alert, yes. Actually, that's where you mentioned that. That's where I first encountered the name Tesla, was Command and Conquer. Because it was the Tesla tanks and the Tesla coil stations, Tesla towers. They'd included them in the game. Right, okay. Oh, got plenty of stairs left. That's alright. Just make sure I got enough stairs. Right. Right, okay. That should do that side. That should look alright. And we need to do basically the same thing on all four sides. This is going to take a while. Hang on. So I do apologise, but I'm quickly just building up steps here. But, you know, we're having conversations about Tesla and Edison and all this sort of stuff and the stuff they got up to. It's all good. Right, okay, put that there, that there, that one there. I might as well do that one at the same time. In fact, actually, let's see if we can come down a bit lower. And just sort of step our way down. We can probably reach that from the ground now. Hang on. I won't say the ground, the mid-level. Yeah, should be able to sort of... There we are. That sorts that out. Come up with ways in which to plant these down. Pop that way around. Step down. It's getting towards night time as well. Who's on now? Oh, Mighty Beard and Lady Bex are on. Okay, cool. Right, up we go. Let you know when we wander from science to art. Yeah. Well, we can move on to art and we can talk about the crazies in there as well, you know. I mean, art has plenty of crazy people as well. You know, we're not just talking about that sort of thing. You're like, what's his name? All the famous artist who chops his ear off. Why have I suddenly forgotten that name? Like, he's well known, very, very famous, and I've forgotten his name. Yeah, we've seen a few. There's a few artists and everything else. A few years ago, actually when we were talking earlier about when I went to Austria, we did the gallery over there had Van Gogh. Yep, thank you, sorry. I was thinking Van Gogh, and I was like, no, that can't be right. It wasn't Van Gogh, was it? But yeah, no, it was Van Gogh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, so I went to Austria and we saw, I try to remember, I always mispronounce names, so I'm gonna look this up because I always forget. I almost want to call him Munch. It's not Munch, but the guy who painted Scream. I'm trying to remember. Is it Munch? What is his surname? Oh, Edvard Munch. Yeah, but I don't know if you pronounce it that way. I don't think it's pronounced Munch. Yeah, but Edvard Munch or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, that's a lightning storm. Better sleep. I can't remember how it's probably pronounced, but he's the guy who was responsible for painting Scream, and he had his exhibition was on in Vienna when we were visiting there as well. Got to see that and got to see sort of Scream and all of his work preceding it actually. And in fairness, like for years beforehand, he'd been like practicing painting that thing. There are so many paintings that are of a similar style and vein. He's got other paintings as well, but it's like, and actually. In fairness, a lot of his paintings were pretty risque, actually, for his era and time, compared to Scream. Scream's his most famous piece of work. But if you look at some of his other paintings, he's like, you swear that wasn't, painting something that was sort of topical or sort of emotional wasn't actually his sort of main subject. His main subject was a little bit more dodgy, shall we say? Right. Okay. Let's take that down. That one there. Oh, what did you just post? Oh, you tried posting a link, did you, Tazzy? I just timed you out as well. Oops. It's pronounced Munk. Munk. Okay. Completely mispronounced it there. What were you trying to post? Because links are banned. The bot automatically kicks people out for posting links. I could probably give you mod status that will let you actually post. Oh, that's what you posted, was how to pronounce it. Alright, did it have a dot in it? Oh, 14 messages were deleted. Oh, why did it delete? Oh, blimmin' moderators. The Autobot moderator, you've got to include them, unfortunately, and sometimes they can get a little bit... It happened to me on Sunny Stream as well. I can't remember what I posted. I posted something completely innocent and everything else like that, and the bot suddenly... Wikipedia pronounced. Ah, right, that's probably why. Yeah, something that happened there as well. I've been, running a purge, that's a bit... I'm going to check the bot settings because it shouldn't be purging. That's a bit over the top, OTT on there. But yeah, it happened to me on like the very first time I saw one of Sunny's streams, and I sort of went in and posted something, and then immediately got banned or timed out in the same way. The bots can sometimes be a little bit on the zealot side. Right, okay. Let's pop that there. That should get me into there. And pop that. No, that's the wrong way around. I've done that wrong. That's better. That's the correct way of doing it. Right. Okay, let's pop down. You had to post because you can't even pronounce it. Yeah, it's one of those I have trouble pronouncing with. But it's his artwork. I mean, you saw he had his they had the exhibition for him in Vienna when I went over to Vienna, and yeah, really fascinating, really fascinating. All this stuff, and I mean, Vienna's the place to go and see stuff like that anyway, because it's all that sort of style and design and decor and everything as well. Pop that down to there. Might be able to just get this wall done, but I'm probably going to have to grab some more stairs in a second, I think. Pop that onto there. But yeah, I mean, Bex, you're quite an artist yourself. Who's your favourite artist that you normally go for around there? I know you do a lot of artwork anyway yourself. You're into your art. Anyone that you would say that particularly inspires you? Right, okay. Let's go grab that. There we are. That's cool. Do that one. You want to see Freda Kahlo's work? It's so cerebral and subconscious. Not come across that. Or if I have come across it, I don't think I'd recognise it by name. I'll have to look that up. I know you showed me that one with the contemporary ones. Oh, you don't have any favourite artists per se, but you have some favourite art movements. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you said you're quite a lot into your sort of... Is it postmodernism, that sort of style? That kind of sort of more modern sort of style curves and all that sort of stuff, and that sort of element of artwork. Right, okay, let's go and pop down to here. Right, okay, let's go and get some more steps, shall we, while we're over here. I also think we'll pick up some spruce slabs. There is method to my madness. And some oak slabs. Definitely method to my madness. And we're gonna... what am I gonna do? I'm gonna need more of these, aren't I? Yeah. Yes, modern and postmodern is fun. That's cool. It's very, very cool. See, for me, as you know, I mean, with my own art styles and everything else, I'm much more into sort of the more comic book style. Not so much anime, more sort of the Western comic book style. But not that I don't mind anime. I like anime as well. But when it comes to drawing myself, doing drawings myself, I've been getting more and more into sort of the more comic style, the Western comic style. The sort of stuff you might see in sort of Marvel, Top Cow, DC, that sort of stuff. Post-impressionist is a fun movement because it's artists being snarky to other artists. Okay, fair enough. I haven't looked at it that deep. I mean, the last time I did any sort of art critiques and stuff like that was probably back when I was about 16 and was in school and we were doing art then. And the jaded view I had of art as an academic profession that came from it then as well, from doing that. Because I kind of don't see it as being an academic profession per se. I can see advantages to some classroom learning. It's the same as music. There is some advantages to classroom learning, but there are also, if you're going to do it, you should be just going to doing it. You shouldn't need someone to sit there and tell you how to do things, because that's not really the sort of the innovation of it. I mean, you should be learning how to go off and get your inspirations and everything else and learn these sort of techniques yourself. If you're self-motivated, you shouldn't need people to tell you, oh yeah, you must do it in this style, you must do it in that style. But that's just a personal thing, so don't get me wrong on that one. It's an age-old argument in arts that's been going on for a long time, which is academia versus non-academia. And you know, there are people from both sort of schools of thought and everything else in that regards. You get it with actors, have the same sort of thing again about whether you go to acting school or not, and how much of an advantage it gives you, or whether it gives you an advantage or not, you know, because there are many people who have become very famous actors without ever going to acting school, while there are many people who've gone to acting school who've never got anywhere with their acting. So it's but then there are plenty of examples all the way around as well, so you can't really sort of say it both ways then. So Impressionist came about after the camera became like a thing and realistic art wasn't really valued as much, so Impressionist work was meant to look like it was done in an instant to capture mood. I see. So Claude Monet comes to mind for Impressionism. Ah, right, okay. That makes more sense. Very flowy, moody art. That does make sense then, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, because realism was very big for a long while, and sort of more modern art is less realistic, I suppose, or sort of done to sort of capture styles and everything else. And that makes sense, actually, if you think about it. If you say, in that sense, yeah, with the camera, when the camera was invented, that, yeah, there's less, you know, the art form of realism came from the camera and camera art rather than, yeah, needing to do it for everything was. But then, yeah, you know, there's always that case that when new things come around, it always changes sort of perceptions and stuff like that. I mean, for me, I mean, one of my biggest jaded things about, like, when I was doing art in school was I got put on what was called the unendorsed paper. So there was a couple of different papers you could go on to. There was like 3D, there was sort of, that was more sculpture. That's not 3D in computers, that was 3D sculptures and stuff. Others were like pen and ink things, and I was put on what's called unendorsed, which was doing things differently with different media. And the reason they put me on that was because I was doing my artwork on the computer. Because in that day and era, CGI and using a computer for artwork was considered very much a no-no, and I got massively marked down because I used a computer for my artwork, and I did my artwork on a computer. These days, very different altogether. You know, people now very much recognise artwork on a computer as being a real thing, and that it is a form of artistry, and there is some very, very beautiful stuff that gets produced on a computer. But yeah, my little jaded thing about art and academia was from my own experience with it, and not being able to do what I wanted to do for my artwork, and being sort of penalised for using a modern technique. So, and at the time as well, it wasn't even like it was full on CGI as well. What I was doing was very similar to the idea of sort of painting with dots and everything else like that, because I was doing it all pixel art. It was all pixelated. Funnily enough, here we are in Minecraft doing pixel art, technically. But yeah. Post-impression was painstaking, time-consuming art like a Sunday afternoon by Sarai, which is painting in pointillism. It was in response to flowy art. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, this is what you get, don't you? A lot of the things, you get the responses as well. So you get the art form of one type, and then you get the response art form as well come through. Right, okay, let's work out how high we're going to put the supporting structure for this one. So if we go maybe up about there. That looks like a good height. That looks like a good height. Right, bring it out. Careful not to fall off the end here. Bring it all the way to the end. If we go one more, we can go one more. There we are. Cool. Puts that into there. Well, actually, is that too? No, that's fine. That'll do. Is that the same height? I think. That looks like the same height. It looks like the same height to me. Okay. Got it down. Yep. That's your mini lesson in art history for the day. Ah, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. I learned more there in 5 minutes than I did in my GCSE art, so I pretty much appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I mean, I need to get more into art, back into art and sort of the studies of that stuff, because I do appreciate art, but as I say, learning at an academic level, or doing it at GCSE level, not really a proper academic level, shall we say, but it's just low-level GCSE level. The way we got treated for unendorsed stuff there kind of upset me a little bit, which is why everything I learnt off my own back. So like everything I do with the computer and everything else, that's through self-learning sort of kind of thing. Right, okay, pop that onto there. And those into there. I'm just going to create some struts coming up here. That can go to there, and then that can go to there. And oh, perfect. Lands just at the right spot. You can jump up there and just drop down the other side. That one onto there. It's making me sad when teachers or authoritative figures try to tell students how to do their art. Like, yes, techniques are important to learn, and getting a grasp on the basics should be a priority, but stifling someone's creativity is not okay. Absolutely agree on that. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, it was the media I was using, and as I say, I was using a media that at the time wasn't recognised. Nowadays, you would go and do the same qualification and do your stuff on computer, you'll be recognised and quite happy, and you would be recognised. But in the day and era when I was doing it, it wasn't the case at all. Right, pop that around here. Let's create a bit of a platform up here without breaking that one into there. I'm not going to do the inside of the tower at the moment, I'm just going to do the outside. Oh, I meant to load. I keep doing this. Can people, if you're on the stream and you see me doing a nice big build, can you remind me to make sure I got my camera account on, please? Because I always forget to turn it on and record the time lapse. Okay, pop that over to here. Okay, right, I'm thinking we should do something else here. We should maybe put in some oak flooring at the bottom here. But probably need to put some lights down there first. And I don't think I've got any torches on me, so I'm going to need to get that. And I'm going to need some iron chains to support this. And then I need to decide what I'm going to do about the walls here. Your mum and you ended up going to the same college, but they're like nearly 40 years apart. And ended up having one of the same teachers as her. Oh, wow. So the teacher must have been like just starting when your mum was there and was coming close to retirement when you went in then. Okay, let's scoot on over. What we need is iron chain. I've got to try and remember. This is flying such distances over now that I get over here and I forget what I came over here for. It's just like because I've flown halfway across the map. Iron chains was one of them. What else was I looking for? I was looking for something else. Torches. Torches. That was it. And also more rockets. When she went, he wouldn't give female students a grade higher than a B. I ended up getting an A from him. Turns out he had 3 daughters in the meantime, and that changed his perspective a bit. That's fair, though it's a bit unfair on your mum, obviously with the qualifications that she had, but yeah, old-fashioned techniques like that need to be challenged. Old-fashioned techniques, I mean, old-fashioned views like that should be challenged. They don't really belong in the world. Right, pop that into there. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. So I say, and then I forget. And then I say, and then I forget. Right, I'm going to need torches. Torches. There we go. That's a lot more torches than I need. That's fine. We can pop the excess into there. And the question is what to do with the top part. Oh, I do know what I want to do with the top part. Quite a bit of granite, haven't I? We're going to create granite walls. I think we're going to do something out of granite. Something different. Oh, I like it. The tower looks smaller than the windmill, but actually the tower is bigger. Should be taller. But the windmill might have its sail coming up a little bit higher. Honestly, she was just happy to hear that he changed, and the modern world had caught up with him. That's good. And it's good when they do finally change. I mean, that's what you need, really, is people to change when they do have those views. So, when they do change, we should celebrate that. Right, okay. Put that there. Cool. Right, and I'm not sure how this is going to look, but we'll give it a try. And I can't even reach all the way up there, so we'll just take it as far as we can. It's there. How's that look from a distance? Does it look terrible or does it look good? It looks terrible. I hate it. That's not going to be the solution. No, I know what I want up here instead. I know it will look better than granite. Should have gone for this as the first option. This is dark wood. Maybe blackstone as to top it off, which will kind of sort of suit, almost reflecting the spire itself, because blackstone is only used in the DrakenSpire at the very top part. Everything else is normal grey. So I'm thinking maybe blackstone walls here will do quite nicely. Let's give them a try. Well, we tried the granite. It didn't work. Let's try the next one. Oh, hang on. I needed to pop some torches down as well, didn't I? Pop that over to there. No. Crashing off the side there. No, that's because that's not a rocket. Where's my rockets gone? How did I manage to swap that over? Not looking at that properly. I wasn't looking at that properly at all. Is this tower going to have a roof? It's going to be more like these sort of outer towers, and that's going to be a flat roof because it's going to have fire on the top. It's going to be a proper watchtower with a beacon. So, right, we're going to pop this in here. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to also build the inside of this, but I'm not going to do that today. But it will need an inside of some description. But I just wanted to crash into that, apparently. Right, let's go back and change those woods over. So, yeah, no, it won't be open at the top. It will be more like... these sort of battlements. They were saying that I haven't actually put the floors on these, so that's not a good comparison. A lot of my towers have open tops. They're not meant to be open tops. These ones are. These are meant to be open tops with like an inner sunken roof, but like the towers on the around the DrakenSpire are supposed to have floors and ceiling. These ones have, but I think some of the ones on the other side of the spire haven't. I've got to get back to sorting those out. You could do nether brick walls to tie in with your buildings and have the nether brick roofs in case the blackstone doesn't work. That's an option. Yeah, that's an option. I also use nether brick fencing on the inner walls as well. There's like something I do with the nether brick fencing there, which looks quite cool. But I'm thinking I might go with the nether brick. I think that should be all right, actually. Like blackstone wall. I want polished blackstone wall. Have I got any surplus at the moment before I go? I've only got a few. Right, okay. Let's craft some up. My inventory is getting a little full as well, so maybe we'll have a look at polished blackstone brick wall. Okay, that'll do for starters. We're probably going to need more, but I want to just take some over for testing. And also want a shulker box for dumping stuff off into, because I want a quick dump, which is this kind of thing where I can just dump off stuff quickly, because I'll sort it out after stream them back into their appropriate places. This is something I do quite regularly actually with building, though I want the stairs and some stone, because I'll probably get to the top bit eventually and want some stuff there. That can go away, that can go away. But I also want a bit more oak slabs. It's got a couple of floors to fill in, so let's take all of those with us. Close that one. It's getting towards night time again. Oh, Ladybags beat me to it though. Thank you. Is it just me and you on again? Yeah. Cool. Flying on over. And crash. Not quite crash, but near enough. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the floor in first. It's just going to make it easier for me to put the side walls up. Yeah, so apparently I don't like putting blocks where they're supposed to go, and instead putting them everywhere but where I want them to go. Okay, take those out. These are in the wrong place. Let's have a look and see how that's going. Misplaced blocks must be a stream. Absolutely. Every time. Guaranteed. And check over here. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. Maybe it should have gone in the middle a little bit to break it up, but yeah, it's fine. I just need to finish it off towards the top. Almost looks like a duck, but with the way the platform comes out the side there. I'm thinking we maybe want to do something the other side of the tower. Maybe have like a crane or something coming off the other side. Just to balance it, because the tower looks a bit unbalanced, because it's got the the airship dock on one side, and I only want to have one airship dock on this. I only need one space for the airship dock to sort of sit. Someone get Flezzy. Yep, they're building a tower in his image. It will look even worse by the time I get it done, because once you put the battlements on top as well, it'll have that look as well that goes with the battlements. And it'll be sort of more spiky, like the top of a chicken's head or a duck's head. Right, okay. So yeah, I think I'll put a crane out the back as well, just to balance it off. Otherwise this is going to look a bit weird. Maybe something on the bottom on the right, like a lean-to. On the right, so on this side. Well, on the right I was also going to have, so I was going to have like, just thinking then was maybe put a crane coming out of here. Sort of lifting cargo up and down. But also building down here would be like a stairwell. And then the entrance into the tower. Because then the path will come from the entrance to the tower and just connect up with this path over here. So yeah, I could build like a little bit of a landing area for where it's going to go. You got to get going, is it, Travis? Okay, no problems. It's almost dinner time here, and the little guy just got home from school. I'll catch you later. Okay, no problems. You take it easy, Travis. Have a good one. All my best to your family. Have a great day. Right, okay. Let's go and pop this. Need to crash. So I think if we do something like this... Except for I can't get them to line up for some reason. It's better. Still can't place blocks in the right place. Going all over the place now. Hang on. And right, okay, cool. Pop that into there. You know, the one thing I didn't bring with me was dirt for rappelling up to finish the top bits. So I'm going to have to do that in concrete, which is not... Concrete in stone, which is not the best way of doing it, but still. It gets us up there. Dump, dump, dump. Dump, dump. No, wrong place. Just as you think you've done it. And if we bring that up. Bring that back like so. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works. But yeah, definitely thinking we need some sort of crane mechanism at the back here. So I'm thinking the way to do that. So I'm going to build that coming across like so. Having some stuff built up at the bottom will help it feel balanced. Yeah, good plan, good plan. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. So it won't be as off-putting. So yeah, the plan is that the base... I hadn't finished with the base. I was thinking either I was going to just put like a little foyer entrance, or maybe even have like an entire building at the bottom. You know, like a small little guardhouse or something at the bottom itself, like where the quarters are and all that sort of stuff. And that could be a plan. Right, I'm going to need more of this, but... question is, if I bring a crane off this side, it's going to have to sort of... If I build a house, then I'm going to have to build... I'm going to need more dark oak. And I'm going to need more polished black stone walls. Not sure. Yeah, definitely going to have to build a little house. Let's go and have a look. Are you planning on streaming later today, Lady Bex? Alright, zoom on past. And over here. I think I might have a couple more bits of dark oak in the chests in here. Try not to launch a rocket when we land, though. And again, like, what's going on with me today? Right, okay. Dark oak. Yes, we've got a few there. I'm not sure that's going to be enough, though. Oh, that's dark oak log as well. Okay, that might be enough. You're thinking about it? Ah, cool. Well, let us know if you do, because then we can hand over the stream over to you. That's not a problem. Right, okay. Dark oak log. We're trying to think what we're going to make the base out of the bottom there. I'm thinking, we'll do it out of stone. I'm going to need to swap over my elytras as well. And we'll also build the crane. The crane I'm going to build out of oak, maybe? Again, launching the rockets when I don't need to launch the rockets. Right, okay. Let's get some of that. Let's get some chains. And we're going to need some sort of spruce fencing. Should do the trick. Is it going to be enough? Should be. Let's go. Sorry, excuse me. Getting a little tired. Maybe we need to go and grab some Pro Plus or something in a second. Just caffeine tablets. I don't do tea, I don't do coffee, so when it comes to sort of needing a pick-me-up, I don't have the usual go-tos that everyone else has of having a nice cup of tea or a nice cup of coffee or something like that for the caffeine fix. Can't do that. Doesn't work for me. But Pro Plus is probably the way to go for that. But I try not to use it too much, because you can end up getting dependency on it, which obviously you don't want to do for anything like that. But yeah, right. Trying to think, do I need anything else at this stage? We've built the floor, and we're going to build the floor over. Put the. Oh yeah, I need to black stone walls. That was the bit I needed. And not to keep launching rockets. I can't afford to keep wasting rockets. Right, black stone. Should just need the one. One stack should be more than enough, I think, to finish it off. Polished blackstone wall, thank you very much. That's that done. Let's go get some more rockets. I'm going to need door, I'm going to need glass. Ooh, Okay. Let's have a look, see what happens when we do that bit. You know what? I think I should stream tonight. I was thinking maybe starting about 30 minutes or so for now. Would that work? Yeah, perfect. That would be perfect. I mean, I'm probably going to be looking to finish in about 30 minutes. I think this tower will be close to completion, if not completed by then. Yeah, that would work pretty well on both ends. Let's do that. Sounds like a plan. I can then hand over to you, and you continuing to work on the tunnels today. Peace stream. Right, put that into there. Oh, that's a different style of blackstone wall. That's not the same style of blackstone wall as what I just put up there. And I kind of dig it. But maybe not all of it. How did I manage to get that into such a completely different... So what's the difference between those? That's polished blackstone brick wall, and that is just polished blackstone wall, is it? Right. Okay. Was not expecting that. And I forgot to pick up rockets as well. So let's go and get some more rockets, and also go and get the correct blackstone wall. I did not realise there was a difference between the two. Oh, I am looking forward to the new update when it comes out with all its new sort of deep slate stuff. That stuff looks really cool. I got some uses for that. We've already got some plans for deep slate. Right. Okay. Rockets. Thank you. And then we're going to need to get to the proper blackstone. This is polished blackstone brick wall. Is what we need. That one. Awesome. Right. Proper one this time. And over we go. Before we do, I just want to check something. Okay, cool. Go ahead, an idea. Oh, just short. I was hoping I would be able to glide onto the platform then. I was just a little lacking a little bit of momentum. Right, okay, so let's. What I'm thinking is that actually these walls with the normal blackstone, they could probably stay. We'll probably put some into the wall pattern itself, not all of it though. But that could be good for texturing. Let's take out most of them, but we're gonna put that into there. And we'll take that one. That one. Yeah, it just creates a little bit of extra texture in there. That's quite nice. I like that. We'll take out some of this as well. Wrong place. That's better. Okay, right, where is the dirt? We can rappel on up a second. Perfect. That in there is texture. And those two there is texture. And we are nearly done with the walls on this tower. Right, that one's got some, which probably won't. Something like that. And then we go like that. Yeah, it's not highly visible, but it's enough to break it up a little bit on the wall. Cool. Right. Okay. But we said at the back here, I'm gonna bring some walls down the side here a second. Oof. Yeah, definitely tired. Right. Actually, we'll go out here. Take these. Wrong way around. Do we want to go that far, or do we want to come out a little bit further? I'm thinking a little bit further, because we've got a house to get over the top of. It's going to be a big house, but it'll be something. That should be better. Right, okay. Except I've got that wrong. I needed take out every other. If we need to take that one out, we need to put one in here. And we're just going to put in slabs on the floor there. And then we're going to pop those on top like so. No, did not mean to fall off there. Land. Thank you. Trying to watch how far I'm going to cross so I don't end up crashing out. Hang on. So we want these sort of every other. That one onto there. Onto here. And then onto there. And that's it. That sorts that out. And then... Can I put... That's going to just end up on there, isn't it? But we can... It ended up exactly where I wanted. Didn't want it to go. I know it's actually the wrong product anyway. That I want. That's what I want. That across the top. Not in there. That there. That there. That there. And that there. Cool. Actually, if I put a doubler on there, like that, it's going to turn around and connect it over, because we've got to run some spruce wooding. Oh. Okay, we're going to need another one on there as well then. Right, okay. Just bring this over. Oh, what I haven't built is a grindstone. Need a grindstone. So we need one there. Bring that over. So I can't put the iron chains on properly yet. That puts that into that place. That over into there. Right, okay. Let's get... So if that's 3 or 5, we want basically pillars to be here, either side of that, and then we're going to probably come out by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pillar not there, here. Oh, now I am definitely yawning. We'll just bring this over. That into here. That one into there, and then if we put a layer of wood at the bottom. Again, blocks going everywhere, but where we want them to go. So take those two out there, take that one out there, that one out there as well. I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Okay, took those ones a little too high there. Yeah, just started building and just got carried away building. Carried on. Okay, so we'll put that into there, and then back over to here we need to take out these 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just build off the wall there. Oh, have I come out by one too many here? Right, I have, haven't I? That works. That works well. Let's bring that up. Okay. Drop down and pop that into that. That's probably come out a little too far actually. Let's take that bit out. And bring this one up as well. A couple of blocks up. We're yawning again. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't imagine why I'm yawning so much. We did have a bit of a kip earlier as well. So, oh, I hadn't put the pillar in this side. Okay, well, might help if I put a pillar in there. There, that should do the trick. I was thinking, pop that across there like so. Pop that in there, that'll make it ready for the roof. So actually the middle part should be not me falling off. Yeah. That side done. So it's very following a very similar design to the way we do the farmhouse. Not quite the same, but similar. And then we can pop that in like so. We have the door here. It's going to sort of interfere with the little crane will go out the left, but we could have it go off down the side there. That should do the trick. And build out of that as well. Right, and then so that means that too can be place for windows. So let's put the windows on. Saying that, aren't we supposed to sort of come across by another one? Oh no, this was right. Oh no, it's not. It should be. I'm getting this wrong. I was sort of sitting there thinking there's something wrong about this, and I was right. There is something wrong. It's there. Okay, there. And that onto there. Okay, cool. Next up, we need well, I can't even think about commands. Why am I typing into there? I'm thinking tea. I don't need tea because I don't drink tea. Thinking maybe straight up steps. Got to get a beverage and annoy the pupper dog with affection. What have I missed? Oh, got up to get a beverage. Yeah, so I started building the house on the side there, Ladybacks. So let's have a look. And me nearly falling asleep on stream as well. Nearly nodded off myself. A bit tired than what I need to be. So now it's got like a little sort of house there with a crane going over the top. We'll build like unever brick stuff going up the sides there, and it should. We just need a stairwell going up to it, and it should be all right. I'm gonna need a grindstone. I'm gonna need never brick stuff. I'm gonna need. I got the stairs here. That's okay. So we can do stuffing with the stairs. But not something like that. We can take that out. That's better. I'm gonna just bring it down with normal stairs. I don't think we're gonna. Actually, I probably could have done with. No, wrong place. That's it. That. And this should have been actually a stair. So downstairs, and we'll pop that onto there. Well, that's weird. My Steam chat, my OBS chat hasn't updated with everything, but my Twitch one did. That's weird. Okay, well, it's alright, as long as I can see what's going on. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. Right, okay, we'll pop that into there, that into there, that into there, and then we're going to be having it come this way. So we want to pop that like that. Like so. Like that. And I'm thinking maybe we'll just put some dirt around here. Just to bury that steps in properly. And then this can be the bit that comes over and connects up. I might do like a little platform patio area there for sort of cargoes. Something like that, and we'll have the path come up there and connect with that. Yeah, it should do. I need to texture up that wall, and I also need to put some, sort of do some extra bits there. So what I want to do is go and get some dark oak stairs. I need to go and get some dark oak fencing. Also going to need some, what am I going to need? I'm going to need some extra stuff. I'm going to need some texturing material. That's what I'm going to need. And some nether brick stuff. Put that into there. Feels like it wasn't that long ago since I was over here picking up nether brick stuff, but we got some again. Okay, cool. Right. Now I'm thinking. We'll put the glass in. I must have put it away. Right, okay, so dark oak stairs. That will do. Dark oak fence. That's not a lot of dark oak fence. Gonna need to convert some more up. That'll do. We've got all the dark oak down that we need, so we just need the the fencing. So we'll pop that into there, just generate the fences. That should be, yeah, more than enough fencing. Right, grindstone. How do we make a grindstone? Sticks, I know that much. Sticks, it's stone slab and planks. Okay. So stone slab. I think I've got sticks on me still, yep. I need planks of some description. They will do. And I will need at least one, maybe two of those just to be on the safe side. So we got the bits for decorating up there, and what I also need is that, and that should do the trick, right? So about 10 minutes to finish it off, I think. Should be able to do that. More or less, I think. I didn't bring over the texturing material. I have to do that. I'm going to have to come back and do another sweep pass anyway, because I'm going to need to build the beacon at the top as well. But that won't take much. Right. Okay, cool. No! Don't crash like that. Oh well, never mind. Right, okay, let's do something different then. Let's use this bit here. Boom. And we'll just put... Is it just the... Is it just the one trapdoor I picked up? I meant to pick up a couple. Right, okay, I'm going to need a few more then. So I marked that up. Right, okay, so that's never brick. Here's the problem, is that these all look very similar. Dark oak, there we are. And the spruce, we want the dark oak there. Let's create a bit of an awning over the top of this. And if I put that... Yeah, I should be able to do that. What I can do is I can put it on that one. And that should do the trick. But then if I fall off, that's not what I was planning on doing. Why am I bouncing around like that? And still not flying anywhere near where I need to be. We will get there eventually. Bump. There we are. Right. So, while we're here, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's not what I was intended to do. That way. Cool. That up onto there, that one onto there, there, there. Bounce down to the other side, we'll do the same on this side. Should be another one there, 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 and there. Like so, and that turns around and sorts that bit out. I'm thinking we'll take these ones out because they're not needed. That into there. Sort it on there. And we'll... Yeah, that works. We'll let it get away with it that way. Right, okay, that onto there. And this side. Never brick stairs, more of them, just to complete the roof off. And I haven't put any lights on in the inside, so we should really do that before we finish the roof off. Otherwise we're going to end up with this place becoming a big spawner. Right. I'm going to pop them up at the top there, just because it's going to help light the floors above. And that lights the floor below as well. That's cool. Alright. Okay. Don't want those. Dump, dump, dump. Dark oak. And that. Okay, the awnings around this side. The awning that side. sorts that bit out. Okay, then we're going to need to go to the other side and just do the same thing. So if I can just clamber around here like so. And we're going to pop that there. That onto there. There we go, so that's that one. And if we jump on up, gonna need to be much higher than that. And we need not quite there yet. That's better. Right, now if I remember rightly, we're going to actually approach this from this angle. Yeah, that's it. Puts it in the right place. Two, three. Two, three, four. And what we'll do is we're going to put two blocks. At a later point we'll build some sort of platform on there with cargo and stuff like that just being transported up, but that should sort that out. Okay, awesome. Right. Do the top part. Yeah, that looks alright. I could almost actually just leave that like that and maybe just put a hook or something at the bottom underneath there. I'm not sure how we do the hook, but that could be cool. Right, okay, so I need lights in here because otherwise this is going to become a mob spawning place as well. So I'm just going to put torches down in the four corners. That'll stop that. Then we're going to put in a bit of a floor. Then we need some of that. We're going to work out. Oh, I haven't got many stone brick stairs. I need stone brick stairs. Okay. So the bits that we're missing a bit of. Oh, hang on. I need to finish off the roof. Does help if I do that. We are getting nearly there. So let's just put the battlement in on the top. How are we doing on time? Nearly time to sort of hand over. If Lady Bex is still up for it. So what I'll do, if it's okay, quickly do the battlements and texturing. And a couple of fence pieces there. And then that should be done. This will be completed. So I would like to get this completed on stream. So let's go and quickly do that. Just go and quickly get some texture stuff. Dum, 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 fly over as quick as we can. Oh. Bump. Right. Let's pop some of this away because otherwise we're going to be carrying too much. And these we don't need anymore. That we don't need, that we don't need. That'll do, taking it off. Right. Chiseled stone, we need a few of those. We are going to need, not stone steps, stone stairs, which we've got a few of. But we could do with some of these because we need some slabs. That sorts that bit out. So we've got slabs, we've got the chisel, we've got that. So we've got all the battlement pieces. Now we need natural stone bricks. We need some andesite. And let's have a look quickly. We've got any cobblestone? No, we'll quickly go and grab some of that from the other place. So that's those 2 bits and also the oak. And that should be the bit we need. And that should be us done. It's oak doors. Have I got no... Have I actually run out of oak trapdoors? Wow. I had loads of those at one point. Right, okay. That's fine. We can build some more. That should be sufficient. Right. Not going to need much cobblestone, but I will need a little bit. So let's quickly grab some from the generator. That's actually how we started the stream, was grabbing cobblestone from the generator. And now we just need to grab a little bit more, but not much. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just grab a couple from the front here. There we are. That'll do. More than sufficient. Bed time. Bed. Thank you. We're near to the end of the stream. Just need to check something over here. I need to bring that up. Oh, nope, not quite. All right. Land on there. That should sort this out. Right, okay, so we need, if we put one there on either side, and we're just going to bring this in and see where it comes to a, yeah, it's going to have to sort of meet in the middle like that. And we have one there. Actually, I'm missing one bit. I need to bring Netherrack over. That's okay, but yeah, nearly there. The end is in sight. Except for that should have been there. Oh, Ladybags is just going live, so we shall hand over in a couple of seconds, just once we get to the end of this. So it's like the race is on now. Dum, 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 dum. Now we'll pop that into there, that into there. That onto there. That's stone slabs. We need one over there, one over there, one onto there. Then we also need, I'm thinking, bring those up like that, and then we can bring that like this. Take that out. It's going to be like a little beacon thing. We're going to put a bit of Netherrack in the center there. Don't like things sitting around in the middle there. Right, okay, take that out. Pop that into there. Maybe take that one out and replace it with chiseled. That work better? Yeah, that works better. And actually, those are probably better off as steps at the bottom there. So we'll put a Netherrack in there and light it in a minute. Right, the last couple of steps. No. That one up to there. Anyway, and that creates then like a balcony coming up to here. Then we can probably just take out a few random splodges in the room here, just for texturing purposes. Okay, what we got? Cobblestone. Brick. That one there is not going to matter because it's hidden. This one over here, we'll put it as an andesite. Oh, maybe just want to bring one or two out the roof. Andesite over to there, and then maybe cobblestone over to that side. Bum, 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 bum. So as I said, we'll probably build a path going from there over to here, but otherwise this house should look a little bit textured. Yeah, we've got this like little guard house in the front there. Got the crane at the top. What we need left to do is just light the fire on top, which we need to quickly... Let's quickly fly over, grab those. And then we'll set up a raid to Lady Bex once we've got the fire lit, and we can stand back and have a look and see what's going on. But we are getting close to the end there. So that's not bad. In 2 hours we built the entire tower. Obviously not the interior. I don't do enough interiors. I've got to do more interiors. That's what I've got to do. Right, crash, 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 bang. Wallop into there. Let's munch a bit more food because I'm sort of killing myself a little bit there by not eating. Right, okay, pop Netherrack into there, and then we need flint and steel. That should do the trick. I still got, yes I have, right. And probably a good idea to grab some more rockets if we're flying over. Nearing the end, nearing the end. The last bits to go on, literally the last bits. I had thought the last bit was the last bit, but it wasn't. So to apologise, I just had one more bit to go and add in. Just to give it the finishing touch. Back and forward. But it's good because we got the whole base here. Let's use the higher powered rockets to get over there. Because I don't want this to be smoking, so we're not using the campfire. I'm just going to use Netherrack. It's almost like a beacon light at the top there. You get on the top. No! Oh, nearly crashed off the edge there. That into there and lit. There we are. That was what we wanted to do. Right, okay, let's stand back. Let's take a look. Where can we go and have a look at this from? The hills over here. That'll do. That's better. Doesn't look so one-sided now. Actually, it looks a little bit lopsided the other way, but no, it works. It works. That's pretty cool. That's our watchtower. That's just situated over here. We'll obviously do the terrain up, so I'll build like a footpath that attaches up with this one. We'll terraform the land around the outside, so that will look pretty cool. Some of the rock faces we'll also just actually texture up as well. And then it will look quite nice over here. It'll be like this little bit that's sort of sticking out in the middle of the landscape between the farms. With this watchtower up there, and we can build an airship on the weekend that's going to be sitting over the top there as well. That will look all cool. I think that would be very, very, very cool looking in the long run there. But I've been Draken. This is the DrakenGameWorks. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been fun to stream at a slightly different time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and we shall see you all again soon. We are going to chuck a raid over to Lady Beckzilla there. She has just started raiding. She's just started streaming today, so we're going to go and pop over and grab her. She was in the chat earlier. But hopefully you guys have all had a great night. You guys all take care. We are going to pop the raid over just like so. I don't know how many of us are going to go over. Might be just me. Who knows? We shall see. But you guys all have a great day. You take it easy, and we shall see you all again soon. Bye.